Hi, it's Donna Filipiak, and thank you for attending the Workingpreneur Workshop. And this is Workingpreneur, of course, is someone who has a job and also manages a home business. And this workshop is to share tips and strategies to help you market your business a little more efficiently, save some time, and just give you some tips just on how to do certain things, to do things a certain way that will help you uh, market your business better. So it's been a while since I've done one of these, and I wanted to tell you why. It's one of those things that happens to you in your life that just stops you in your tracks. And I have a very good friend and coworker. We're close. I always think of her as a sister. I love her like a sister. We fight sometimes, but we get along for the most part, and I love her. Well, she about a month ago, she decided to have a mammogram. Now, she hadn't had one for a while because of other circumstances and things that were going on in her life at the time. It just wasn't a priority. So, when she went there, they discovered that she had a mass. And come to find out, her last mammogram, there was something on it, but nobody told her. The doctor didn't tell her. So, she being with what was going on in her life, didn't hear from the doctor, just assumed it was okay. Well, it wasn't okay. So several years later, um, another coworker had told her she really needed to get a mammogram. So she went and she had one, and they found this quite a large mass. And I'm telling you what, it stopped us all. I mean, it was just a shock. And you know how you go through things like that. It's like you think all the worst things that could possibly be, everything that could happen. And she has, young children, they're young teenagers, and a husband, and it was very devastating for her. And so and so I was focusing on helping her get through this. And so I haven't been able to focus on anything else. I haven't had, I couldn't even think about what I wanted to talk to you about. So um, I wanted to also tell you that the one thing that helped me in my business was using the automation tools that I talked about in previous videos. And mainly Hootsuite, that was the big one. That got me, that kept my name and that kept me in front of uh, kept me in front of people so that they didn't forget who I was because I was so sidetracked. So the automation does work. Hootsuite's awesome, and I highly recommend it. But before I go on to talk about what I wanted to talk about today, I want to say one thing, or maybe a couple things. All you women that are at the age, I always think it's 40, maybe it's older, but I think 40, have a mammogram and have one every year, and don't, because just because you don't hear from your doctor, don't assume everything's okay. Call that doctor and get the results. And men, if your woman's not getting it, make sure that the women in your life are getting mammograms. This could save their life. Okay, so that's that. I guess all I really wanted to say about that. Okay, so as, today I wanted to talk about, well, I had been talking about the last workshop was about finding the perfect customer. And I gave you like a quick rundown of a really intense, uh, a really intense uh, workshop that I attended on finding the perfect customer, and I just kind of gave you uh, a quick rundown, but I gave you the main points, and hopefully you used those. Um, and you went through it and tried to find, tried to decide who your perfect customer was. Well, when you're on Facebook, if that's where you're marketing, which is where I do most of my marketing is on Facebook, you have to decide who you want to be friends with. You know, because the people that you want to be friends with on Facebook are people that you would want to work with. So you don't want to just accept anybody's friend request or to request anybody's friendship. You want it to be people that you want to work with, that you would enjoy working with. And in order to know whether you enjoy working with them, you have to get to know these people. And what I see happening a lot is just people will just friend request anybody or accept anybody's friend request. And then they'll just take their link and just, send them messages. Hey, hi, how, they don't even say hello or hi, how are you? They just say, hey, this is my business. Come look at it. It's the greatest business in the world. Stuff like that. And it doesn't work. What it does, it makes people hit that block, and you're no longer friends, and they don't want to see anything. They don't want to hear from you, do anything. So you don't want to be that person. You want to get to know people. You want to ask them questions about them. You don't, it's not about you. It should always be about them. Always, always, always. And then somewhere down the line, as you get to know them, then you can talk business. But don't come right out the gate, putting your link out there. That's a no-no. That's a definite don't. So, and trust me, there's a lot of people out there doing that. So if you don't do that, then you will stand out. You will be the better person. So the first thing you want to do is you want to look at your Facebook personal profile. A business page is for business. I mean, we all know it. It's a business page, and it can be about business. But your personal profile is personal. It's about you. It's not about your business. So you want to make sure that when you start requesting people's friendship, or even when people come to your page, your personal page, they don't see your business screaming at them, because that turns people off. In their mind, they're thinking, oh my gosh, all they're going to do is just throw their business, shove their business down my throat. And they're not even going to accept your friend request, or they're not even going to request a friendship from you. So you don't want that. You want it to be personal. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and show you what I mean. Okay, well, I'm not even in Facebook, so let me get on Facebook. That's crazy. And that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. I apologize. I'm not prepared. Okay, so I'm on Facebook. Let me go to my timeline. Okay, so I just changed my profile, or not my profile pic, my cover picture. And it's just a quote that I really like. And I thought it was time for a change, because the last picture I had on here was back in the winter, when that winter, it was a horrendous winter. And I put on this beautiful spring picture. And it's been on here since summer. So all through summer, now into fall. So it's time to change it. And I'll probably change this again. But what you want it to be about you. So if it's not a nice quote like this, pictures of you and your family, pictures of a place that you love, pictures of your animals. Just you want it to be personal. And your profile picture should be you, not your business, not your cat, not some cartoon character. It should be you, and you should be looking at the camera, and you should be smiling. So those are very important. And I'm going to show you um, a personal page. Let me just go back here. And one that's not doing this. I found this. I found him in my friend. And I want Dennis to know that I'm not picking on him. If he happens to see this, I just want him to understand that your personal page Your cover picture should not be screaming your business. This is going to turn people off. Trust me, it's turning people off because they're thinking, oh no, he's going to start, shoving his business down my throat. Now, Dennis doesn't, he doesn't do that with me, of course. Um, so, but that's what people are thinking, and it's scaring them off. I mean, you don't even know what Dennis looks like. I don't know what Dennis looks like because he looks like that's what his profile picture is. And, but yet his posts are personal. They're not about his business. So it's kind of confusing. If you go to his about page, he, you want to go about details, and he doesn't really say anything about Dennis. There's nothing about him. You don't know anything about him. Uh, you just don't. So if you go to my about page, I tell you a little bit about me. Details. I'm a wife, mother, grandmother of two, and an animal lover. I love my life just the way it is. Happiness is not what we have, but how much we enjoy. And then I also tell them that I'm an experienced online marketer that I started about 8 years ago and learning and growing ever since. A positive and grateful attitude is the most important tool for your success. And then I tell them about what I do in my spare time and that I use my online business to fund this program that I'm doing. So that's about me. So now they know more about me and they know whether I am the kind of person that they want to be friends with. But if you put nothing there, then they're not going to know anything about you. And then even on your timeline, even though you're posting things and they may get to know a little bit about you here. I mean, here I'm I'm talk about health and wellness a lot and other things. There's other things I'm interested in. I do a lot, I always do quotes. I love those. I love to inspire people and motivate people. And if I find an interesting article, um, I'll post it. So they will learn a little bit about me then, but I believe that you really should have your about page talking about you, what your likes are, your dislikes maybe. And you don't want to get so um, I lost my train of thought here for a second. So when people, I have to tell you right now, I have 50 friend requests that are just sitting here in my friend requests because this is how I do it. Someone requests a friendship, I go to their their personal page and I look around. Some have absolutely, they're so private. It's 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 like they don't exist. If I don't know anything about you, I'm not going to accept your friend request. I mean, that's guaranteed. All right. Then there'll be the ones that are screaming their business. No, I'm just not interested. Not interested. And then, but what I do look for are people who are positive, motivating. Um, they share information is of value to me and to others. Those are the kind of people I want to work with. Those are the kind of people that I want on my friends list. Now, I will tell you that when I first started out on Facebook many years ago, I let anybody be my friend. Now, over time, I've unfriended a lot of people, but for the most part, I would just let anybody in my friends list. But I've learned over the years that you don't want just anybody. You want people that you can relate to. You want people that you would love to work with. Even if you never ever work with this person, you don't want that the people that I avoid are people that are extremely political. I mean, I love this country and I care about this country and I care about what's going on in the government, but I don't want to every second of the day. Every single post is a negative, and it's always negative political. It's not even positive political. Negative political. I avoid people like that. I avoid them like the plague, honestly. So, and then the really religious. I am a very spiritual person. I am a Christian. I love God. I love Jesus. I mean, I am, you know, but you won't see a whole lot on my page. And it's not because I don't, believe. It's just because I don't believe it should be on Facebook all the time. I think that, but that's my personal opinion. So I will kind of avoid people like that, and I will also avoid um, the people that are always showing pictures of money and screaming, always in all caps about how great their business is. Those are people that I will avoid. So that's just a little thing I wanted to talk to you about. I think that it's very important that you keep your personal profile personal, and your you have a business page for your business. Excuse me, I had to take a drink of water. Okay, so I'm going to go back to. I can get off the screen share. Okay, so that is what I think is to do with your personal profile is to keep it personal, because you want people to get to know you, because you want them to know, like, and trust you. They're not going to do business with you. They're not going to join you in your business if they don't know, like, and trust you. Excuse me, can I get another drink of water? Thank you. Sorry. So I hope no, I know this is I know that you got some kind of benefit out of this. And that is my goal, is to give you information that you can use to market your business and to help your business grow. So I am looking forward to having another workshop, if not next week, uh, 2 weeks from now. So I will see you then, and you have a great day. Bye for now.